Steen. Councilmember at-large Anderson. Councilmember Austin.
Present.
Jordahl.
Present.
Boughton.
Present.
Carolyn.
Present.
Enright.
Present.
King.
Present.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. For item number 1, we don't have any changes, so we just need a motion for adoption of the agenda.
So, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 2, approval of council minutes from January 6, 2014. We need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 3, citizens addressing the council. Matt, are you going to talk? You don't want to? No? You got to be faster than that, Matt. Your time's half up already.
I'd like to show this on the screen. And let's see, I wanted to hand these out. Otherwise, I was going to mention a little about purpose of government. See Mr. Herman here.
Thank you.
Otherwise, some of you know that sometimes I feel like I haven't got the best treatment from the city at times. Could I have this on the screen here, this paper? Otherwise,
Yeah, we
There
can
it
see
is.
it.
there. Otherwise, well, it doesn't show too good. Otherwise, the purpose of government is supposed to be generally to take the trouble out of life. Otherwise, sometimes it seems like Austin's government tends to promote trouble, like taking the trouble out of life maybe for a Hormel company and for private banks, while most of us, the 99%, might get soaked and the city government's supporting it. Otherwise, like I say, the city sometimes has caused me problems, and to solve problems, I have visited City Hall, and I personally visited the mayor before, and Herm, and numerous of my aldermen at their houses, and generally I was mostly ignored. Otherwise, it seems like then I get into bad trouble, and the city generally has done nothing for me to avoid that, and I object. But anyway, apparently one of the city servants, civil servants, mailed me a packet of information and claiming that well, there was corruption in the Austin government, like maybe sometimes I've mentioned, and then the person's afraid to leave their name or anything. But I just wanted to make a comment about that. That's all.
Thanks, Matt.
So you're going to take anonymous stuff that nobody even leaves you their name, print it out and hand it to the council? Because we've done a lot of dumb stuff since I've been mayor, Matt, but this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen you hand out. You know, and to put a swastika on it, I don't even think we should put that on the thing. You've had your say.
Well, when I'm denied Bill of Rights and common
You're not
people are
denying
denied Bill of
anything, Matt.
Rights.
You sit there and you say the mayor is corrupt and we cover everything up, but you don't have any examples of
Well,
what.
I didn't-
You know what, I'm going to give you another 30 seconds. What have we covered up?
Well, want to take some time at this?
No, I don't.
can be
I'm
on the-
asking you. If you don't
I
know,
can be
then
on the
have a seat.
agenda, and I'll bring in one more specific examples.
Normally, I sit here and take your stuff, Matt, but this is incredibly stupid. Now, have a
Well,
seat.
you didn't look at it all.
I looked at enough of it.
Well, that's kind of the problem. It makes problems for citizens.
Well, I'm asking you, what is corrupt? What have I covered up? What's corrupt? I mean, to make empty, fruitless allegations. Some guy sent you something and won't sign it, you assume it's a city worker?
I'm just saying that I'm not the only one that's dissatisfied, but otherwise, I'll keep my ears open for more information.
You figure out who's corrupt and what's being done and come to me and I'll address it. Come to me, come to my
I've already
office, set
done
up
some
an
of that
appointment.
before, and I've been
You've never come to
ignored.
me once. The
been
last
ignored.
conversation I had with you is when I was a detective. Okay. We also have anybody else want to address the council tonight? On a happier note, all right. Awards and recommendations. We have with us Jeff Jeff Weaver, I'm sorry, I almost forgot your last name for a second. Jeff, why don't you tell us why you're here?
Well, I'm once again in front of the council to give the plaque back. We had our friendly food drive competition with the city of Austin and Mower County. This is the 21st year of the competition. Again, friendly competition, even though we lose a lot more than we win. And I'm here to award this to the City of Austin. I did make a copy of all of the last 21 years that we've had this food drive competition.
I think everybody's got a copy.
Yep.
Jeremy, I don't think has a copy.
Oh.
Other than that, everybody should have
You
one.
want it? It's pretty.
Sure.
You'll see that there's a grand total on there of 39,685, is that right, pounds
Yep.
of food that we have combined, donated, and it goes to the Salvation Army for their food shelf.
That's 20 tons, right?
Yep, just under 20 tons. So there's a lot of food, and we have a lot of fun with it, even though we get the short end usually.
It's a lot more fun when the city wins, I'll have to say that.
And of course, if the county wins, then I don't have to come here and grovel and bring you the plaque back. That's when Trish has to go to the county board and bring the plaque to them. So I guess without any more information, unless you have any questions, I would like to present this to the City of Austin for winning the competition again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff, and I just want to thank basically all the people that gave from the city and the county. It's really should go to them, but we'll make sure we keep it in a good place, and we'll see you next year again. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Trish will see the county board next year. I have a solution.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's no, I mean, that's just, it's really good to go to these things, and there's a couple of different food drives. That's one thing that surprises me. Not surprises me, but makes you feel good is when you see at times like Christmas, during tough times, people just keep giving, and it's really it shows what kind of a community we have. Number 5, we need a motion for the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? There are no public hearing. Petitions and requests. Number 6 is a resolution adopting the Public Works Department paving assessment policy. Stephen?
Each year, we review the assessment policy and how it fits with the current property owners that we are assessing for that particular year. This year, we've made a couple slight modifications to account for some unique parcels that are part of our assessment projects. Things that we've adjusted on the paving assessment policy would be the roadway life expectancy, also addressing interior lots with double frontage, and then we also just expanded the definition a little bit on our corner lot policy. So with those 3 changes, we would recommend approval of our paving assessment policy.
Council have any questions or input? If there is none, we need a resolution for item number 6.
So moved resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Jordahl.
Aye.
Boughton.
Aye.
Carolyn.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Lloyd Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Number 7 is a resolution setting street improvement assessment rates for 2014. Mr. Lang?
Last year in 2013, ultimately it is our goal to assess about 50% of the street-related cost to the adjacent property owners. That would be 25% to one side of the road, 25% to the other side of the road, and the remaining 50% would be paid by the city. In 2013, for a typical street reconstruction project, we assessed about 30% of the project cost. That would result in 15% to one side, 15% to the other, and then the remaining 70% was paid by the city. So based on those assessment results from 2013, we would recommend some slight modifications or increases to our current assessment rates. And mainly that would be a $1.50 increase to the residential rate, a $2.25 per lineal foot increase to the commercial industrial rate, and then also some minor adjustments to the sidewalk, curb, and mill and overlay rates.
Council, anything? If not, we need a resolution.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second? Second. Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Jordan.
Aye.
Boughton.
Aye.
Carolyn.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 8 is a motion approving city council appointments on boards and commissions for 2014. What this is for the people who are watching, is the city council members are on certain boards and commissions throughout the year. We make the appointments or renew them in January, and we made them, I think, at the work session, and we're just approving them now. Any questions on this? If none, we need a motion. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 9 is a resolution, rescinding resolution number 12590, establishing a fee for economic development assistance. Tom, did you want to speak on this?
Back in 2004, the council passed a resolution charging businesses $1,000 if they wanted to apply for some business subsidy assistance. Over the years, it's been not well received, not well used, because most entities that come in to ask us for help don't actually have the $1,000 to start the process out. So that being said, we thought it'd come to council, as we did during the work session, to ask you to rescind that resolution. We'll help anybody that comes in as much as we can. If we do start incurring big costs, then we'll start asking for some deposits down to help cover it.
Council, anything? If there is nothing, we need a resolution for item number 9.
So move the resolution. Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Jordan.
Aye.
Boughton.
Aye.
Carolyn.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 10 is a resolution approving amendment of the criteria for awarding business subsidies. Mr. Dankert.
As discussed at the work session, the state statutes have changed regarding the business subsidy criteria that increases subsidy from $25,000 to $150,000 before it meets the criteria. In addition to that, our subsidy policy had not been updated for the new minimum wage requirements, and there are now 23 exceptions versus 21 exceptions in the old policy that would not be considered a business subsidy under state statute. So what we're asking council to do is approve a new business subsidy policy that complies with the new state statutes.
Questions? Comments? If none, we need a resolution.
So move the resolution.
Second?
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Jordan.
Aye.
Boughton.
Aye.
Carolyn.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 11 is a series of motions approving new and revised human resource policies. I guess, is there any questions on any of these now? We'll take all questions on them, A through G now, if there's any, and then we'll just go approve them one at a time. Okay? A, approving revised Family and Medical Leave Act policy. We need a motion. No move. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? B, approving revised sick leave policy. We need a motion.
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? C, approving revised time off to vote policy. We need a motion. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? D, appointing revised bone marrow and organ donation leave policy. We need a motion.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? E, approving new inclement weather and emergency closing policy. We need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? F, approving revised cellular phone use policy. We need a motion. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And finally, G, approving revised acceptable use policy for electronic communications and internet use. We need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 12 is a resolution approving agreement between the United Automobile, Aircraft, Aerospace, and Agricultural Workers of America and its local 867th Street and Sewer Maintenance of the City of Austin for calendar years 2014 through 2016. Any questions on this? All right, if none, we need a resolution.
So move the resolution. Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Jordan.
Aye.
Boughton.
Aye.
Carolyn.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King. King.
Oh, aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
13 is resolution accepting donation to the Parks and Recreation Department.
Thank you, Mayor. We received $700 from Mayo Clinic as a fundraiser from a group of employees there that want to do this each year for children in need. So they brought it to the Park Board at our last meeting. And I'd like for you guys to approve it.
Okay, any questions, comments? If not, we need a resolution.
So move the resolution.
Second?
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Austin.
Aye.
Jordan.
Aye.
Boughton.
Aye.
Carolyn.
Aye.
Enright.
Aye.
King.
Aye.
Councilmember Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
14 is a motion accepting audit engagement letter from Clifford Larson Allen LLP for 2013.
Annually, the City of Austin is required by statutes to have an audit of our financial statements. For 2013, the auditor, who we have retained for many, many years, is proposing a rate of $41,460, which is $300 higher than it was the last 3 years. They'd frozen the rate for 3 years. In the past, council has looked at this, and we've asked them if they'd like us to look at changing auditors, go through a bidding requirement. However, in the past, council said, no, we're happy with the local firm, which is one of the top governmental accounting firms in the state. In the future, if council does wish to look at changing auditors, it's something we actually need to start in the summertime to get bids in by the next year end. So at this point in time, we'd request council approve the audit with Clifton Larson Allen, and in the future, if there's any discussions on wanting to change auditors or look at changing auditors, we'd bring it up at a work session.
Council, anything? If not, we need a motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 15 is a motion setting a public hearing for February 3rd, 2014 for the Austin Housing and Redevelopment Authority's grant application for a small cities development grant through the Small Cities Development Program. Okay.
This action is required for the HRA to proceed with the grant application. It's just one of the criterias that are required.
If there's nothing, we need a motion.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We need a motion resolving the City Council into the Board of Appeals.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 16 is a motion approving appeal of La Crosse Sign Company and Home Federal Savings Bank, 201 Oakland Avenue West, for the placement of an illuminated freestanding pylon sign. Mr. Horn.
Yes, this requested action relates to City Code Section 4.50, Schedule 6 2B, and that code section limits freestanding ground signs to 25 feet in height in a B3 district. If you look on the monitor, it shows an example of the existing sign in place, and some of the purpose behind this involves the new signal lights that were put at this intersection of West Oakland and First Street, and some of the blocking of both the petitioner sign and also some confusion that could relate to the signal lights. I've got a couple more photographs here that, again, sitting at the intersection, looking westerly, the existing sign that's located on the top of the building. Actually, the existing sign is a non-conforming sign, and also standing on the west side of the building, looking easterly. The approximate building height is 14 feet. In your backup material, there is a site plan that shows the Home Federal property. And there is a correction in that site plan that says that the pole of the sign would be approximately 10 feet east of the curb. That's actually 10 feet east of the property line. The proposed sign, this is an illustration of it, where the existing message center and the eagle silhouette will be used from the existing sign, and then there's a new sign panel, illuminated sign panel that will be in between those. After review by the Planning Commission recommends the approval of the sign appeal petition for it.
Council, anything? Questions, comments? If there are none, we need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Mr. Hoyam. We need another motion adjourning the Board of Appeals back into the City Council.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 17 is a motion, and apparently our final motion, approving a request from Austin Public Schools for the use of the city lot south of the Methodist Church for bus parking on February 8, 2014, from 6:45 to 3:30 p.m. Either Mr. Dankert or Mr. Lang, I got both your names here.
Yep, that has been reviewed with both the police department, also Public Works Department, and we don't see any issues with that. We will provide any necessary barricades or anything that they need leading up to the event.
Any questions? If not, we need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We now come to the reports and recommendations. We'll start with Judy.
Actually, nothing, Your Honor.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Jeff.
Yes, Your Honor, there was a Park and Rec Board meeting on January 8th. Some of the action approved. Hormel Foods has requested the use of Wildwood Park in July. That was approved. Approved the use of Eastside Lake during the Paint the Town Pink event for the second annual Plunging for Pink. Also, we're in discussions with the Historical Society and the Cedar River Watershed District in putting together a program to put signage along the Cedar River, historical signing. And that's all I have, Your Honor.
And I've heard Judy and Steve have both volunteered for the Take the Plunge this year.
You got half that right.
Janet.
Last Thursday, the 16th, there was a HRA meeting, and Roger and Judy were there as well. And some of the things that were discussed tonight, the application for that grant for the Small Cities project was discussed at that meeting. Also, yesterday, for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I attended the Human Rights Commission celebration for that event. It was fairly well attended at a not very nice weather evening when there were 4 speakers and a soup supper, and quite a few students were involved with planning and implementing the celebration. So it was a very nice observation for the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. That's it.
Michael.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Nothing, Your Honor. Nothing, Your Honor.
Department heads? Nobody? I don't have anything, so we need a motion to adjourn.
So
Monday,
moved.
February 3rd.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Take a short recess and then meet in the small room across the hall.